Imagine a killer who didn't hide in shadows, but in your dating apps. A predator who hunted not in dark alleys, but in the digital spaces we all use every day. This is the story of how modern crime evolved, and why the most dangerous place for victims wasn't the physical world, but the one we carry in our pockets. There's a new kind of monster walking among us. And he doesn't look like a monster at all. In fact, he looks exactly like your neighbor, your coworker, the man sitting next to you on the subway right now. For 13 years, New York City hunted a ghost, a predator who perfected the art of digital camouflage. This isn't just another true crime story. This is a warning about how crime has evolved to live in the very devices we trust most. Let me paint you a picture of modern hunting grounds. While we were swiping right, sharing locations, and building digital profiles, a new breed of criminal was learning to weaponize our connectivity. The Gilgo Beach killer didn't need to stalk his victims in person. He had something far more effective: access to their digital lives. He understood something fundamental about 21st century vulnerability. The most dangerous exposure isn't physical, it's digital. Picture this: Manhattan, 2024. A city that never sleeps, constantly connected, where 8 million stories unfold simultaneously. And in this bustling metropolis, a predator was conducting his business with terrifying efficiency. He wasn't hiding in the shadows. He was operating in broad daylight, using tools available to every one of us. His hunting ground? Dating apps. His bait? Normal conversations. His camouflage? The sheer volume of digital noise that surrounds us all. What made this killer different wasn't his brutality. It was his methodology. While previous generations of serial predators relied on physical stalking and opportunity, this new breed operates with digital precision. They understand algorithms better than alleyways. They master social engineering over physical confrontation. And most chillingly, they recognize that in our hyper-connected world, the perfect cover isn't darkness, it's normalcy. So how does a digital ghost eventually get caught? The answer lies in the very technology he exploited. While he was careful with burner phones and encrypted apps, he made one critical mistake. He couldn't resist watching his own story unfold. His digital narcissism became his undoing. Hundreds of searches for his victims' names, the investigation details, even the grieving families. Each query creating a digital breadcrumb trail back to his doorstep. But here's what most people miss about this case. The real breakthrough wasn't just technology. It was a fundamental shift in investigative philosophy. Traditional policing methods failed for over a decade because they were looking for a physical predator in a digital world. The moment investigators started thinking like digital natives was the moment the case broke open. Let me take you inside the investigation's turning point. While the killer was careful with his victim communications, he grew careless with his curiosity. He used his personal devices, the same ones connected to his normal life, to obsessively follow the investigation he himself had created. Every search, every click, every digital footprint was meticulously cataloged by forensic experts, who understood that modern criminals leave two trails: physical and digital. The vehicle description from a witness, a specific model of pickup truck, became the first physical anchor in a sea of digital evidence. But here's the fascinating part. That single physical clue only became meaningful when cross-referenced with massive digital databases. Investigators didn't just look for who owned that truck. They looked for who owned that truck and whose digital behavior matched the predator's profile. Then came the moment that sounds like something from a movie, but is actually modern police work. A discarded pizza crust. While the killer was sophisticated in his digital operations, he was human in his habits. That DNA sample, matched against familial databases and combined with digital behavior patterns, created an undeniable link between the sophisticated digital phantom and the man eating pizza on a Manhattan street. When they arrested Rex Heuermann in the summer of 2023, they weren't just catching a killer. They were documenting a new era of criminal investigation. The man they handcuffed wasn't some mythical monster lurking in shadows. He was an architect with an office in Midtown, a family man, a regular customer at local businesses. And that's what makes this story so chilling. The predator looked exactly like everyone else.